Good morning, sunshines. It is Thursday. It's going to be a fun day today. We have all sorts to talk about today. Yep, I threw a Tom Cruise in there on the title today. I'm not a Tom Cruise fan. I actually hate putting stuff like that on there, but I thought it would be funny. Hey, Amy, good morning. Hey, let's play this first. Let's get some. We were listening to Brian's music. Let's listen to some Gandhi music. Let's get the morning off.
Is educating about abuses of Scientology. We're running up and down the street of LRH Way. No more kids in Scientology. Stop the abuse, it's been going on for too long. Stop hurting the kids, it's obviously wrong. Why can't you see all the atrocities? This is Scientology. Auditing children is very bad. So is disconnecting kids from their dad. Plus there are child labor laws that are ignored. The brick road was paved by child labor. Stop the abuse, it's been going on for too long. Stop hurting the kids, it's obviously wrong. Why can't you see all the atrocities? The abuses of Scientology. We're marching down, taking over these properties, educating about abuses of Scientology. We're running up and down the street of LRH Way. No more kids in Scientology. Stop the abuse, it's been going on for too long. Stop hurting the kids, it's obviously wrong. Why can't you see all the atrocities, the abuses of Scientology? Auditing children is very bad. So is disconnecting kids from their dad. Plus there are child labor laws that are ignored. The brick road was paved by child labor. Stop the abuse, it's been going on for too long. Stop hurting the kids, it's obviously wrong. Why can't you see all the atrocities, the abuses of Scientology?
Okay, you guys. We had to listen to Ganja's song. Yay! I'm sorry. The dogs are gonna bark right in the middle, just right on cue. Amy, I saw that you got a follow by Joy Vila. I also got a hold of her yesterday and she responded to me. I was very, very, very shocked. But she did respond to me. And we'll see where that goes. And Headleys follow you. Nice. You have a new short video you just posted? Okay. Did you guys catch Audit's letter yesterday? Yeah, that's very cool. She's very responsive, it seems, to those that are responding to hers. Morning, Power Lies. Oh, yeah. So, kind of a fun morning. Did you? She definitely needs a new family. And I'm right here willing to be her family. I love how she's bringing her faith and her beliefs into this. Yep, you're right. They're on a downward trajectory. That's for sure. Did you guys see? Okay, big face. Sorry. Big face. Two things that I wanted to show you before we get into let's do some brainiac things today. I want to share with you Audit's post for her letter. That would be, what did you miss? You missed my birthday, Powerlies. I'm just kidding. It wasn't my birthday. Yeah, she had a good video. She had 2 videos yesterday. Hey, Napmaster Kia. Good morning, Haggis, darling. Waiting for Peter to wake up before I bring up my next piece. Come on, Peter, wake up. If I say your name 3 times. I know I've had too much coffee. Good morning, Eyes to See. I already had breakfast this morning. Hey, Kirby's mom. I was up. Wake up, Peter. Okay, Amy, let me find you. Tag me in it, please, Amy. So that way I can find it easier. If you'll go and throw my name in there, I'll play it. I will go open it up right now. Okay, Miriam, but thank you for being here. And we need to have more of a conversation today. I do have a couple of meetings, but in between meetings, I will give you a holler. Let me find Amy's tag. Thank you, Amy. Okay, let me go there. Let me switch. Let me switcheroo. Stop screen, big face. Present, share screen. Share. Okay, ready? Here we go.
Good morning, everybody. This is what we're doing when we are calling into the meetings and talking about the abuses of Scientology. We're like that bulldozer on the left, chipping away slowly in the entanglements of the child trafficking cult. Keep up the good work, everybody, but this is what we're doing. That structure symbolizes the cult, and that bulldozer symbolizes what we are doing little by little with every post, every tweet, every video. Just don't quit and keep it up. Bye.
Good job, Amy. Great analogy. That's definitely what we're doing. Baby steps, step by step. Good morning, Style. Yep, great job, Amy. Ooh, we summoned Peter. Good morning, Peter. We were waiting for you to wake up. Okay, let's go back to... So Audit wrote her letter. What I wanted, look at this post, you guys. So I put this on there the other day. It says, hey, Clearwater, yes, you do not follow, harass, harm the Clearwater City Council members. You are being watched and will be held accountable if any of the hairs on their or their children's head gets mussed up. Look what somebody just posted. Is this a threat? Psh, come on. Come on. Osa, go away. Yes, it's a threat. It's a threat. But you know what? Truth is not a threat. Can you believe that? Isn't that funny? Here, this is what I responded. That is the troll twat. Yeah, that is a troll. It's like, come on. Good morning, Kathy. Here was my response. The truth being exposed is not a threat. Scientology is being watched for their illegal behaviors. They cannot get away with abusive practices any longer. They are threatening themselves by continuing to hire thugs to fair game innocent people. Good morning, let's go. I don't know. I have no idea who that person is. I really have no idea. It is what's the name on that? Tink TX8YB. Can I go open link in new tab? It's Tink with the butterfly. It has 11 subscribers. Joined June 8th, 2024. So I don't know. I don't know who that person is. Have a wonderful day at work. Let's go. Tink is disgusting. You blocked them. Yeah, I have no idea who they are, but I thought it was funny. And it was this morning. It was just like a few minutes ago. Good morning, Jay Chucky. Tink is all over Kenny's chat. They are awful. Yeah, I have no idea. They're irrelevant to me. Exactly, Haggis. We're thinking the same thoughts lately, girl. Yeah, I just brush them off. And I would have just erased the comment, but they're going to understand they don't have any place in my head whatsoever. It is totally irrelevant. And irrelevant is the best word to use for it. Good morning, Margaret P. And good morning, Jay Chucky. Yeah. Margaret made the live. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Margaret made the live. Yes, I've had too much coffee today. Good morning, Cajun Juju. And I've only had one cup. And I might have another cup. Because, yeah, that'd be fun. Watching Mona go caffeined. Go on the caffeine. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to make y'all put your brain powers on this morning because Peter did it. Peter made me put my brain thinking cap on. So, and that was just a scam. I'm not going to talk about Tom Cruise. I absolutely hate Tom Cruise. TC. Excuse me. Oh, tickle in the throat. I hate it when that happens. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. Stop screen. Aw, thanks, AZ. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Okay, so let's present. Share screen. Window. Okay, you did it, Peter. This is an analysis of the Headleys claim. I'm glad they liked you and they retweeted you yesterday, Amy. I'm not going to read through the whole thing because it's like 10 pages long. But let's talk about it. The Headleys back in 2013 did have a case under TVPA, and it was dismissed. And there was it. I know, isn't that really cool? when somebody you know gets the membership. That is just awesome. So they did, and they lost. But they didn't lose because of the TVPA or because of the merit of the case. They lost because, for some reason, the statute of limitations. So when you go through these federal cases or even the state cases, you have to go through qualification hurdles. Come on, put your brains on. Hey, Brian, you had an excellent show this morning. I love that. Enjoy your day, Carla. Have a wonderful day full of love and laughter. So, Peter, come back up. Come on, Peter. And I said, oh, well, we shouldn't discuss this. But then I think, well, let's at least discuss it a little bit. Let's give Osa a little bit more to chew on. Because the case, the UNOI case, I knew you were here, Peter. Good morning. I saw you earlier. You couldn't sneak through. So the UNOI case did talk about the Headley precedents. However, two things were different. Haggis, don't go there. So two things were different. One is, for some reason, which I need to go back and find out exactly why, the statute of limitations dismissed the case. And I could probably find it. I just haven't. But they were adults when they filed. Their statute of limitations, they had what's called the ministerial exemption that they had to fight. But none of that mattered because the statute of limitations hurdle wasn't cleared. So, but the consensus was from the analysis is that if the statute of limitations hurdle would have been cleared, the minister's exemption, right? If it would have been cleared, the minister's exemption, the ministerial exemption, would have been able to be argued because of the abuses, because of the type of abuses. It also could have been because of Prince versus Massachusetts. However, Prince versus Massachusetts was based on child labor, not adult labor. And these guys were adults after the year 2000. So that's the biggest difference between the two. And it clearly shows the Ninth Circuit. I'm making your guys' brains work lots this morning. The Ninth Circuit, which is California, has had rulings in the past in that it could have been cleared because the feds and the legal system can't dig into doctrine. But the abuses may have cleared it. And in their opinion, in the analysis opinion, that it would have cleared. Yeah, the Ninth Circuit does suck. I 100% agree with you, Peter. So in the new cases that I've looked into, proposed, and is set precedence by UNOI, statute of limitations, that hurdle is clearly already jumped over. The ministerial exemption is cleared because you can't be a minister under the age of 18. So it clears it. Good morning, hippie chick. So it clears it by the children after 2000, such as Lara. being involved. And 3, you now have precedents where this was decided and would be taken into consideration with UNOI, to where doctrine is not looked at when it's an abusive situation. Thank you, Hippie Chick, for saying that Tink is a vile and disgusting troll. So yeah, and this has been since 2013. There have been a lot of changes since. So, yep, the Headleys was a very important case. However, the only thing that it never went through because the statute of limitations. Are you caught up yet, Hippie Chick? And Prince versus Massachusetts says it's already been decided long time ago that you cannot abuse in the name of doctrine. So let's take that into consideration, that the Headleys did have an issue. They did lose at one point, but it wasn't on the merit of their case. If it had been tried under the merit of their case, the opinion was that they would have passed those other hurdles also. Okay, Peter, we discussed it. Is anybody else? I put a link to this document in the description if anybody is interested in reading through it. Haggis, I sent it to you on email. This is the one that I sent to you on email. Should I just delete that comment on that Tink comment, you guys? I think I'm going to go back and delete that comment. I'm going to stop sharing Big Face. Go to the comments. Go to present. Share screen. I'm going to go back to this. I'm just going to remove it and hide user. Oop. I'm going to remove it. Now I can't go back and hide the user. Oops, oh well. We got Jojo Bananas. And then Audit LA says, we outside. Hippie Chick, we knew this would happen. Yeah, I did. I emailed Lena. I don't know how you say her last name. But I emailed Lena and she got back with me and she said that her vote is steadfast. She is not going to change her vote. Yes, there has been reported fair gaming in Clearwater. Style. The mayor was followed Monday night, threatened Monday night. And that came from a reliable source. Who said that? R1 Visas, Peter, states that a minister must be at least 16 to be accepted, which also means they need to have 2 years experience. So thus a religious minister can be as low as the age of 14. Yes, they can, but they cannot perform any legal functions or have, they can't take any audits, let's say, until they're 18 because they don't have privilege until they're 18. So, yeah, they can be a religious minister, but they can't, it's not official until they're 18. Yeah, I should have screenshotted it first. I'm sorry. But you're right. It is in this. Thanks, Haggis. Yeah, that it's crazy that, and it was a PI. The R1 visa used to be commonly for 2 to 5 years, but the R1 visas are for people coming in from other places. The R1 visa isn't for people that already are residents or citizens of the United States. Scientology up north, I completely agree with that. I mean, how evident and how obvious is it? Duh. It doesn't matter what the degree of separation is. It's just obvious. How many illegals are in there? I don't know, Haggis. R1 is 30 months and a one-time renewal. Hide. Show. And then you have to get a green card or return. Private investigators think they're above the law, Amy M.
No.
Yep, power lies. LRH policy will be the end of them. Oh, how I love the irony. Exactly. Good morning, Dylan. Yep, I'm in StreamYard today. I can put comments up here. The Flag Land Base has been exploiting the visa system since the 80s. It started with the visitor visa. Then when that got exploited, Scientology switched to religious worker visas. Yep, you're right. Yeah, and there's a whole nother realm and a whole nother investigation on the R1 visas and the visitor visas and all the visas. I have dug into it a little bit, but that is such a huge platform that I just didn't. It just took more than there is something that needs to be done with it. I agree. I know when Cece was alive, she was looking into it and I was looking at it with her. But you handled all those things in the CMO in order to get foreigners on post and producing. It's definitely a huge piece to this puzzle. And I wish somebody that had way more brain power than me would take this up and make it a huge blow up piece. I really do. Thank you, Amy M. Yeah, I threw it on Scientology Crimes too, just to get some newer content on there again. I need to get that revamped. Dylan, That gentleman, who was the gentleman that Aaron had interviewed that was, I'm trying to remember his name. No, not Louis. It was a guy that he was recruited in LA, and because he was Spanish speaking, they sent him to Mexico. Do you remember that guy? Do any of you guys remember him? Somebody was telling me about him the other day, and we need to figure out the reverse visa part of it, because I guess he's not able to come back into the US because of all that. I need to go back through all of Aaron's old videos and find out what the guy's name was. Yeah, it had to have been like 6 months ago, 7 months ago. Good morning, Holly Lewis. Yep, I've definitely seen that. Leo something. There you go, Power Lies. Thank you. Yes. You're right. Right. Opening the mail is it is a felony. Except for the fact that as an adult, when you go into the Sea Org, you sign something saying they're allowed to open your mail, which I still don't think it's, legal, but you do give them permission to do that. But kids cannot consent. There's always those buts in there, huh? They think they have themselves covered so well, and they don't. But yes, I've definitely seen where Jen has talked about that. But that would be a new. Good morning, Phoenix Book Girl. It was pretty common. The same thing with Italy. As soon as one country was exploited, they moved to another. When I was there, many had overstayed their visas so long they couldn't return. Right. But how could that be legal to send somebody that now all of a sudden they can't come back? I would love to see the coercion behind taking away your rights to not have them breaking federal law on post. I believe she was a child at the time. Well, all of the kids had their mail opened. I mean, that was just common. But I don't know if it's illegal. And this is a question. I'm not. Leo Perez, Power Lies. You're my hero. Thank you. I'm going to write that down. Yes, we did. Thank you, Scientology Up North. I knew somebody who told me about that. Let me write it down. I don't know if it's illegal to open your child's mail. Thank you. Good morning, Lapita. Yeah, I don't know if it's illegal to open a minor's mail. It might be illegal to open somebody you don't know or somebody that's not related to you's mail. I know Osund opened it. But again, I don't know, because she had a caretaker, a guardian. I don't know whether it was illegal or not because she was a minor. Those are all just questions, and it's not something that I'm saying, no, that's not. I'm just saying, I don't know. It's something to research, yeah. I don't know why laws have to be so damn. If so, what then? I mean, it should just be black and white. Is it right or is it wrong? I know there's always all sorts of different things in different situations, different circumstances. I'm sorry, Irish, but have a very successful work meeting. Common sense got thrown out a long time ago. So Dylan tells us it's policy for HCO of their org to handle incoming communications. Their legal guardian would have been non existent in our lives. I meet mine once and then she was gone. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably in name only. Your guardian was your guardian in name only. That's just shitty. Least they could do is like treat you like a. It was also common for the guardians to be AHCO personnel. There you go. Yep. Would have been nice if they could have been a little more human. I'll let Dylan answer that. It's something communications officer. Yeah. Kind of like Hubbard Communications Office. Thank you, thank you, Dylan. Basically, HR. I believe they played half-ass horrible Haggard. One of those H's, yep. Laura mentioned that when she was out with Dan and Mindy. Yep. It's Division 1 of the organization board. Thank you, Dylan. Good morning, Antics. Yeah, I have somewhere a copy of all the different org boards and how they fit into everything. One of these days I'll pull it out. It's just not been on the top of my list to figure out. No, Holly, that's okay. That's what we do is we talk about things around here and we figure them out. That's no problem. Today, the Clearwater meeting is at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Absolutely. That's what we all do. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Oh, 3 p.m. Pacific. I'll double check, but well, I believe that Aaron and Natalie were going to live it, but I will live it also. That way we can talk smack while we're watching it. There's a lot of thinking going on here before you even get your coffee. Well, caffeine up, baby, caffeine up. I'm going to pop into Clearwater City Council meeting. I am looking at the agenda. 6 p.m. There's a special meeting for the public art. Here, let me go here. Let me stop sharing. I forget. It doesn't follow me. Stop screen, present. Okay, so there's a community development board at 1, and then there's a public art and design board at 2, which is a special meeting. And the city council is at 6 p.m. And did that follow me? No. That's okay. That's why we look. Present. Here's the meeting agenda. Yep. So here's the agenda, and call to order, invocation, pledge of allegiance, special recognition, presentations. So they're going to have, oh, isn't that ironic? They're going to have a proclamation for family, Faith and Family Month, EMS Week, Public Works Proclamation. Okay, and then approval of minutes, consent agenda. Let me see, there's nothing on there. We got 7 items on that, and then public hearings, not before 6 p.m. I don't see it on the meeting. I don't see it on the minutes. It's not on the agenda. What the hell, you guys? Am I losing it? Hey, Twyla, good morning. If I put this link in here, can somebody look this over? Please? Copy. Am I missing it? What the hell? Approve co-sponsorship. Approve the Boys and Girls Club. Approve a work order. Authorize the First Amendment to the agreement with the Whitlock Consulting Group. Vessel remover. Award construction contract to Razorback. It is not on the agenda. What the hell, you guys? No mention of garden. Right? I'm saying that the second reading is not on the agenda. No. I put a link for it. You guys look at it and see if you see it. Who is Whitlock? Let me go back and look. That's for a utility billing system. 173,000. Yeah, it is not on the agenda, you guys. Unless it's under administrative public hearings. Excuse me. And it's not under that either. So, uh-oh. Nope. Did Scientology pull out? Scientology never pulls out. That's the problem. It was never brought to a vote the other day in the work session. Let's look at, this is like Days of Our Lives, you guys. Holy shit. Public Art and Design Board special meeting. Let's see what's on the Community Development Board. Nope, it's not on the Community Development Board. Let's look at the Public Arts. Yeah, that's important. The world's largest rubber duck exhibit discussion. Nope. You guys, it was pulled. What the hell? Yeah, I'm glad you asked about the meeting too. Yeah, another world, right? Power Lies, Days of Our Lives, another world, where the world turns, or I don't remember all those. No, it was on their work session. What the hell? Yep, Wise Beer and Ban or Wise Mama. In fact, I'll never tell. I just got your text, Haggis. Let me text my contact. Yeah, not at all. Hey, Sophia. I agree. Good morning. I just uh I just texted my contact there. Yeah, hey, Afila. What the hell? This is like so sus. No, tonight was the meeting. Oh, I'm sure they did, hippie chick. I'm sure they did. Ooh, this is like, what's a good name for a soap opera? So yeah, somebody this you guys. I think I need another cup of coffee. I need my brain to work even harder now. How the turds turned. There you go. Yeah, Amy, I'm glad you said something. Oh my God. Do they, I wonder if they have general comment, public comment on general items, not just agenda items. As the squirrel turns, there you go, doesn't matter. And so are the days of our lives as the squirrel turns. Right? Well, Osa's already been in here. They've been in here since this morning. They've been giving me shit. And I really don't care. Maybe. I hope so. June 1st is the next work session. June 5th is the next city council. Well, two things. It would give Aaron time to come home. Days of our past lives. Oh my God, you guys. Oh, these are funny. So I'm going to have to go back through and write all these down. Days of our past lives. God, you guys. Yeah, if somebody, Aaron ignores me, power, doesn't matter. Could you email or could you text Aaron and let him know about that, please? If you would, please, pretty please. Right? All my children in adult bodies. How the Eorg, the Sea Org sunk, or the Eorg. Oh my golly. Too funny. Good morning, Rika. Thank you, doesn't matter. You're my hero. You are my hero. Suppression of the century. The not so guiding cult. Oh, you guys, I'm going to be so pissed if they really, really, really did take this off the agenda. How to fair game and lose your bid. Okay, don't know that, but we're on. Start looking at the website. Maybe because they can't put it on because they still have to vote the other off. Start calling the city. There you go. Okay, so my contact said, start looking at the website. Maybe because they can't put it on because they still had to vote. Robert's rules probably said they had to vote the other off first. I don't know. But a lot of people are going to be pissed off. Okay, agenda updated. The next Clearwater City Council meeting will be held tonight, Thursday, May 15th, 6 p.m. in the City Council chambers. Okay, hold on. I can't read this. Let me send this to myself and then open it up on my email because I can't read it on here, y'all. I'm getting too old for this shit. Okay, hold on. Let's see what their flyer says. Okay, hold on. Let me now go back to stop screen, big face, present, share screen, window. Okay, you guys. This is what this says. It's gone, removed from the agenda. Absolutely. Copy. Paste. There you go. Does it matter? So let me read this now that 4 minutes ago, Clearwater. Okay, so this is their Facebook update. And it says, watch the meeting. You can also stream on Facebook, blah, 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 or watch it on the CTV. They took it off. If you guys want this put back on, or I don't know how it works, you need to make some phone calls. OMG. I don't know, Phoenix Book Girl. That's a question for the city council and what they can and can't do. So, yeah, and I don't have a copy of the old agenda to see what was different because I just assumed it was going to be on there. But my source may be correct that they would have had to put that on the agenda to do the Roberts rules about the voting procedures. because their language was incorrect with their original vote. I know it's confusing, I'm sorry, but their original language said something about vacating and selling to Scientology. That could be. It could be Scientology declared war against Clearwater and they pulled it out completely. That could be. There may not be a need for a second reading because maybe they just completely pulled out. That's a good thought. Exactly, does it matter? They would have to put the rewording on the agenda for it to go up for a vote. Exactly. They can't vote for something not on the agenda, correct? But that gives more time. I need more coffee, you guys. Okay, I'm taking me off screen just because I need to go. So, you guys are going to hear my coffee maker go off. What, that gives them more time to be fair game, though. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. You're moving too fast. You gotta make the morning last. Kicking down the cobblestones. Do, feeling groovy. Hello, lamppost. What you knowin'? I come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do, feeling groovy. My coffee pot makes weird noises. Yeah, you like that song. It's been a while since I've heard that song, huh? Yep, this gives it more time. It gives maybe little Davy from the fake Navy isn't in town and he needs to come back. But it's definitely suspicious. Slappy calling an audible. Heller is out and on the RPF on the free winds. Next incompetent stooge is in. Yep, all in real time, huh, Gia? All in real time. They just can't hide this shit anymore. The Snake Navy, yeah. They cannot hide this shit no more. Stop sharing. Let's present. Share screen. We'll put audits back on there. OMG. There was a lot of interest. Yeah, little Davy is definitely throwing a tantrum. Yeah, they definitely are they definitely are masters at if so what then. They sure didn't teach it to all of the Scientology people. But the people in OSA, they can't change that. Corners them into the total failure of the tone scale. We need to keep imprinting that. Okay, my coffee maker's done making noise. Ooh, this is a 2 cup a day. Okay, I'll put my camera back on. Here I am. I'm back. Right? The make it go right. Yep. Shake my ever loving head. Right? Thank you, Phoenix Book Girl. Yeah, there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot going on. And to be real honest, those council members are probably shaking their head because they got slammed with a lot of information about how little Davy of the fake Navy is not going to be here much longer. He is going to jail. Okay, thank you. Does it matter? Very cool. Yeah, I think it was administratively they couldn't put it on there. And somebody called them out on that. So that's probably what happened. I don't think there's too much nefarious. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't think it's nefarious. Well, somebody should have pulled out a long time ago, Miriam. But they may have pulled out. Yeah. So different scenarios. But that doesn't mean that they're giving up. That just means they're probably reloading if they did. Maybe. I would not wish that on anybody, but maybe Power Lies. I think if not in IRL, they're going to fake it. So that way he is out of country. I know I did. I goofed on that one, didn't I? Mona got naughty. Mona never gets naughty. You can't take my sense of humor away. I don't care how much I get fair gamed or laughed at. I'll laugh about me with you. Yeah, I think they're regrouping. I think they're just reloading ammunition. But see, we know that. We already got their game plans. We know that. We know that's what's going to happen. They're just silly nillies. They think that they're being all this secretive and special and they're strategic, and they're not. They're stupid. Right? Their game plan is on the internet. Silly them. They don't scare us anymore. They don't. I love how Audit put on there, I'm just not afraid anymore. And what are you going to do? Cut my legs off? Little disability humor. Sorry. What are you going to do? Break my legs? I don't feel them anyways. Whatever. Whatever. How do you do it? It's whatever. Yeah, it is fun to watch them squirm because it's in real life. They just can't hide it anymore. Yep. Okay, you guys are in real trouble. I'm having a second cup of coffee. Right? They can't. They're stuck with their game plan. They did it. Too much cookie run because of the references. Well, but they shall quake in our unity. Ha ha ha. Yes. Yep. Well, there goes our 2:00 meeting. But if they're going to have public comment, I'm hoping people go, and if they're allowed to make general public comment. The Rolodex, right? Pagers and Rolodex. You're aging us, Amy. You're aging us. Yeah, days of our lives. What is yeah, this has just been one surprise after another. The Dewey Decimal System, right? I remember back in my day, I'd have to go to the library to look shit up. If COS pulls out of the cell, does it take it off the table? Would be an awesome thorn in their side if Brooks went through anyway. Constant reminder of their epic failure. Yeah, that would be. One thing we have they can never have, and that's community. Anything listed on the Save the Garden pages? Okay, ASL, not Brooks, Bunker, and Dusty have all been notified. Oh, Nat, thank you. Thank you, does it matter? You to bomb. Sure, they can stop the sale now. It was never for sale to begin with. Hey, Ann, good morning. When Telex ruled the world, right? Oh. A cult of clowns. Yeah. So apparently, well, unless we pop in to see if there's any general comment, which I didn't see the general comment on the agenda either. So closing comments, adjournment, consent agenda, approval of minutes. General comments aren't on here either. And it's not on there, so I don't know if I may pop into it just to see if they address it. They put it out there to sell it to Scientology. If they pull out now, it's going to look like favoritism and like they're bad losers. who Scientology is going to look like bad losers. Yeah, I'm still going to stream it, and it's on their Clearwater YouTube channel anyways, but we'll still stream it just to see if they say anything about it. It would be kind of funnier than all get out if the invocation had something to say about it. Wouldn't that be a hoot if the opening prayer was against Scientology? I agree, but they were saying that they were going to put it on the agenda and then you could talk about it on the agenda. So no general comments, right? You're correct, Peter. So it's not on the agenda, and so unless they bring it up in comment, nothing's going to be said. But I mean, we can watch it anyways and see. I don't know, hippie chick. And again, it could be that they had to take it off because, no e-comments, you're right, on the item. They could have taken it off because of Robert's rules. But then the other question, the other vote or non-vote would have had to have been on there. And that's not even on there. Well, that made for an interesting turn of events again. No, they could not have already voted behind closed doors. Because this was supposed to be the second reading, so the second vote. Yep, I'm hoping Mark Bunker will have more information. I don't know, Phoenix Book Girl. I don't know. Yeah, they have what's called the Sunshine Law down there, and everything has to be done. I'm sure you did, doesn't matter. Because they are, 6 hours behind us over here on the East Coast. So it is only 4 a.m. there. Yeah, and then they're flying tonight too, right? They're going to have a long day. Yeah, those are great questions, Sophia. We don't know. We just know that it's not on there, so we don't know why. Yeah, it's 10 a.m. our time, so I'm sure they're all there already. Because they have special meetings at 1 and 2. Yeah. It just adds more storyline. Oh, big time Phoenix Book Girl. Because you have the Roberts rules, you have the state rules, you have the city rules, you have the council rules. in the attorney, the legal practices, what they're allowed to and not allowed to do. And unless you're there and you have your city attorney telling you what you can and can't do, and even sometimes they're wrong. But if it's not done in the light of day, things that make you go, Yep, it has to be discussed publicly and voted on. But the problem is that they didn't discuss a lot of this publicly. That's what the issue has been, is that David Miscavige went to each one of them personally and talked about this. And then the city manager, who isn't under sunshine law, went and negotiated a sales funnel. Really, they have a long flight ahead of them anyways. They have to get back to Eastern Standard Time in Natalie Central. At the work session they were, and so I think they at least owe the public an explanation of why it got pulled off from the agenda. But that's just Mona. So email them, call them, say you want something put on the agenda to at least explain why it was pulled off. At least for them to address the topic. You're right. And you're right. And so now they have to figure out, because at the work session the other day, it was never voted on to even accept that proposal, the second proposal. Scientology removed their request. Who knows? Was that the official answer now? And who knows is our expert? Ooh la la. There you go. There's your answer, you guys. That's what happened. But that just means they're reloading. They're going to try a different way. Ooh la la. Because who knows is boots on the ground there. Who knows is our spy. Does it matter? Yep. Who knows is our source. But we won't tell you who knows is, because who knows? We don't give that information. Thank you, who knows? Ooh la la. Ooh, the plot thickens. You are right. I so want to be a fly on little Davy Blue a gasket. I was just going to say that. Who is on first? You're right. Who knows who our little spy is? I'll never tell. You can't torture me or make me talk. Yeah, you would think they would at least need to put a little explanation in there. Or put an explanation out. Because the people want to know. Ooh, Scientology up north went there. Yes, she did. Ooh, this is a fun little treat today, you guys. So I'll probably stream it at 6 p.m. tonight just to see if they say anything, and maybe just to kind of give a little few more digs to Davy. Um, but we'll probably I don't know. We'll see. Watch it just be a typo. If you pull your request, then you don't have to claim a loss. There you go. That's right. That's true. But my mind goes to they're just reloading their guns for a different attack. They've already had lawyers look at it, Phoenix Book Girl. We don't need another Davy, that's for sure. Yeah, Phoenix Book. They've already had lawyers all over this. Can you broaden your response a wee bit? Yep, Slappy promised this, and now he can't do it because little Davy of the fake Navy is a liar, liar, pants on fire. Fox 13 Tampa Bay pulled out. Yep. So to talk about the Brooks one the other day at the work session, they did not bring it up for vote. Nobody um, proposed for them to accept or deny the Save the Garden. So that would still have to be brought up for a vote. That's right. What was the name of what's the name of that series where the guy was killing people that were bad people? Dexter. Dexter, yeah. I don't know why that series came to mind. I did watch that one. That was weird. That was a weird ass show. I don't even know how it correlates. Fox News video. I can't link on that. Thank you, Twyla. Even the next, yeah. Oh, goodness sake. I'm trying. It won't let me. I know you sent me the link. Okay, let me send it to myself. I got to email it to myself. Crap. Hold on. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, let me go back to this. Do you email me on this one? It didn't email. There it goes. There it goes. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me get it. Stop. Stop. Okay. I got to catch up with myself, you guys. I told you I've had. Looks like rotten cotton's run for Congress is looking shaky. That's funny. Okay, stop screen, present, share screen window. Okay, let's listen to this, you guys.
To your real estate business. Connect with Flex.com. We've got a big update this morning. The heated debate over the Church of Scientology's request to buy a city street in Clearwater is over.
At least for now. Our Kaylee Tracy has been following the story all morning long, and
we won.
Right?
Yeah, good morning. Just a little while ago, Mayor Bruce Rector let me know that the church late last night, it withdrew its application to purchase the street here behind me in front of their flag building, and also its request asking the city to close that street to the public. The street in question, as you can tell, it's in the middle of downtown Clearwater. This main road goes out to Clearwater Beach. Any of you have traveled this area, you're familiar with that. South Garden Avenue between Court and Franklin Streets. The church wants to build an auditorium and a park next to the street, and it said they needed to close the street to the public for safety reasons. Now, in a letter to the city manager, which we just received, an attorney for the church said it wants to give more information regarding those safety concerns it has surrounding the piece of property, and it wants to review the issues around its request closer. That is the reason for withdrawing the bid right now, possibly signaling that this bid for the street, it may not be over just yet. But for now, at least today, that vote will not be happening. The latest move by the church comes after Monday's work session, where for one of the first times the Church of Scientology came to City Hall. The church told the council almost 10 of the church's buildings at least have permits for work to be done in downtown, and featured them in a video shown at the work session. The church owns around 200 properties in downtown. That video, though, it didn't talk at all about this street in question the church wants to buy, and city leaders, they pointed that out, saying they've had more than enough time to redevelop, and still several storefronts sit vacant. Mayor Bruce Rector says he thinks they may have seen the writing on the wall after council member David Albritton said Monday he was flipping his vote from a yes to a no on the sale, which would mean it would not pass, at least in this go-around. Here's what Albritton said Monday.
My patience is running thin. My eagerness to initiate an active downtown may have clouded my judgment regarding trust in Scientology's plan. However, I find it difficult to trust them to execute this plan when they won't even share the complete plan openly. Moreover, my stance on the sale of the public street has shifted as I reflected on what was promised compared to what was actually has been revealed.
The grassroots group Reconnect Clearwater just recently submitted a counter proposal for the street called Save the Garden. Those plans include a park honoring African American history in the city and everyone who helped build Clearwater, but it faced scrutiny Monday as well. And Mayor Bruce Rector saying this morning, Reconnect Clearwater actually did not file their own application to purchase the street. So a vote on that or anything related to their plans will not be on tonight's agenda. City Council specifically tonight at their 6 o'clock meeting was supposed to vote on whether or not to sell this street to the Church of Scientology. And I have reached out to the church. Again, we did hear from their attorney in that letter, waiting to hear back, but I did just reach out to them about an hour ago, guys. Back to you.
All right, Kelly. Thank you.
I love it. What? Yeah, baby. Right, Dan? They would have to go back through. The Fox video is the report on, here's the link. Yeah, baby. Yep, Menino is looking a little shaky there too. Yeah. You know they're just reloading, and that's okay. I don't know if it's on YouTube. Yeah, no, we don't turn, you don't turn your backs on Scientology, that's for sure. They're just reloading. Yep. Rotten cotton. You don't get your cigar boat. I hope you didn't sign that contract. I can see you, Adrian. Who knows? What are you saying crap to? Agenda 8.1 second reading and 7.1 will not be heard pending the church's supplemental application. Who knows? What are you saying crap to? Don't leave me hanging, girlfriend or boyfriend. A supplemental application, pending supplemental application. Who? And he can't return it. I know, that's what we're wondering. What's the supplemental application? Where did you see that, Peter? Who knows? That's funny. Where am I reading what? Peter just posted that. Yeah, Save the Garden didn't get a formal request. No, they did not. It's in the letter from the lawyer on the news website. Okay. They're CYA. That's all. They're just CYA. No, Save the Garden did not get a formal request. It did not go to a vote. It was not proposed from a first or a second the other day at the work session. Oh yeah, I'm sure they are still trying to get the. Oh, I'm sure they are. They're going to reload. They're going to try a different way. Yeah, Save the Garden didn't get a vote the other day, so it's not on the agenda yet because it hasn't gotten a vote. Yeah, don't turn your backs on the water. Those tidal waves can still come in. Probably gives them more time to harass the council members. Yeah, they're just going to change their tactics. They're going to try a different way. I agree. Without all of us, this wouldn't have happened. You're right. Thank you, Peter. Thank you. Does it matter? Well, they should be awake. Possibly. I'm not too sure what the process is for them but they didn't get a proposed vote. Thanks, Peter. Let me open that. How do I open it? How about if I download it? Okay. Let me, is it on there? Okay, here you go. So here's what the letter says, you guys. It says, Robert V. Potter, Jennifer Poirier, City Manager. Dear Miss Poirier, I represent the Church of Scientology flag. The church hereby, that's my Scottish accent coming out, withdraws its application to vacate the Garden Avenue right-of-way, vacate the vacation, currently on May 15th. Based upon the discussions to date surrounding the application, the church has determined to supplement its application with additional information addressing its need for the Garden Avenue property, including life safety concerns. Oh my fucking goodness sakes. I'm not going to be sacrilegious saying that. The church also determined that issues surrounding title to the property should be reviewed in depth. Please confirm the church's pending application to vacate the Garden Avenue right-of-way and to approve the sale of the right-of-way to its sole adjacent landowner is withdrawn, and that 8.1 and 7.1 will not be heard pending the church's supplemental application. Come on. Safety issues. Life safety issues. OMG. That's you guys. Thanks, Peter, for sending that to me. I appreciate you. You were so helpful. I know, right? So they're just reloading. Absolutely. Here, let me give this to you. Actually, it's downloaded, so I can't. Hold on. Let me stop sharing. Hold on. Let me find it. I don't know how to do it. I'm sorry. It's off from the thing. Okay, hold on. You guys are testing my abilities. Haggis will post it here for you. Thank you, Haggis. Thank you, Haggis. I really appreciate you. You and Peter are the bomb. Doesn't matter. Haggis is going to do it. Well, Tommy Cruise was the media mogul influxing mega. Hey, Zima the cat. Hey, Mertzy Dotes. Yeah, they're gonna claim something. Did I see the part about the title issue? Yes. I'm not understanding what that means. The church also determined that issues surrounding title to the property should be reviewed in depth. They're just clouding. They're just murkying the water. Yeah, let's make it as complicated and effed up as possible so that way we'll just make it all discombobulated. They are digging for roots of ownership and getting the checkbook out. Yep. Can we pay you more monies? Yeah, this is roll my eyes ought to be like the strongest muscle on my body from rolling them so much. Okay, Kia. Yeah, they're trying to do something. They're just reloading. They're figuring out their different legal angles. That's right. This isn't all hands. You are exactly right. Doesn't matter. Okay. Thank you, Haggis. Is life safety? Yeah, I've never heard of it. It's got to be Twyla. OT8 better use your powers more. Oh, the powers of suggestion aren't working. Let me see. Haggis. Let me find it on. Yeah, I know. You can't do that. Um, Haggis, can you tag me, please? Oops. Is this the letter? That's that. You didn't post the letter. But if you go to this, dagnabbit. Yeah, this is funny. Yeah, I can see it being a life and safety issue of having that street to drop people off, and people are backed up. They always wait until after close of business the day before an event to cause more issues. You are 100% correct. Who knows? It's because you know who knows. Yep. I, Maybe they'll now turn the application around. But no, that doesn't make sense because then that doesn't create a need for the street. Yeah, she was saying that in her presentation the other day. Sarah Heller said that about the accidents. But they do, don't they? They always wait until after the close of business before they do shit like this. This is definitely their MO. The preconditions were activation, put up or shut up time. Yep. It's on your public post now? Okay. Thank you. Copy. You got it there? Does it matter then? Okay. I know, me too. This really tests my thinking abilities sometimes, my technical abilities. Yeah, well, that made for a good morning. All right. Well, okay, you guys, I hate to say this, but I need to go get ready for my other meeting or I'm going to be late for my board meeting that I'm part of. And it's not public, or else I'd let you guys in on it. But I love you guys. Thanks for the fun and exciting morning. We didn't get to talk about Tom Cruise too much, so, whatever. But I love you guys. I will see you in a little bit because that'll be fun. Let's see who posts on this. See you guys later. Goodbye.